Leslie and I went to Disneyland for casual fun. We rode Space Mountain 3 times in a row, ate our weight in churros, and laughed until our faces hurt. It was the first time I'd seen Leslie laugh so much for so long. It felt good seeing her laugh. Our day was going great until we spotted this weird man outside Sleeping Beauty's castle. He was dressed as Judge Claude Frollo from The Hunchback of Notre Dame. The costume was perfect, down to the layered robe, the heavy hat, and even the little details embroidered on his sleeves. But what struck me most wasn't the costume, it was his creepy expressions. He continuously licked his lips. His eyes looked hollow and sunken, like he hadn't slept in weeks. And every few seconds he smiled at random girls for no reason. Leslie and I were walking past him when he spoke to her. "You should be careful. Beauty is a dangerous gift, especially when wicked men desire it." I laughed. Man, that's creepy as hell, but I have to say, solid impression. Leslie laughed too, nervously, but the guy didn't blink, just watched her for a beat too long before turning and disappearing into the crowd. I didn't think much of it then, just another hardcore Disney cosplayer. But with time passing, we kept seeing him. At first, I thought it was just coincidence. He was standing near the entrance to the Haunted Mansion when we got in line, then again at Pirates of the Caribbean a few rows back. I pointed him out jokingly. "Your biggest fan's still following us?" Leslie didn't laugh this time. She just looked over her shoulder and said,
"What a creep."
And she was right. He wasn't looking around or checking his phone or doing anything normal. He was watching her. Even when we changed areas of the park, he somehow reappeared, always a few paces away. "Let's just go to another section," I said, trying to sound calm. Maybe he's just weird, not dangerous. After the Splash Mountain ride, Leslie wanted to change. Her shirt was soaked. She went into the women's restroom by the gift shop. While I waited outside scrolling through my phone, almost forgetting about the guy dressed as Judge Frollo. Suddenly, I heard Leslie scream from the washroom. It echoed, sharp enough to make people nearby look up. Seconds later, Leslie burst out of the restroom, pale, shaking, still in her soaked clothes.
He was inside! He was inside! Watching me, smiling!
She screamed. I dropped my phone. What?
I saw his face in the mirror, right behind me. He said something, but I couldn't. He was smiling.
I went right in and found the guy standing in the girls' washroom with that same sick smile plastered on his face. I tackled him to the ground, punching and shouting obscenities at him. Blood splattered across his chin, but he didn't fight back. He just laughed, lying there getting the beating. It wasn't a normal laugh. It was deep and guttural, like the sound of a church organ vibrating under the earth. The more I hit him, the louder he laughed. People were screaming now, security rushing over, trying to pull me away. I remember one guard yelling at me to stop saying the man's bleeding, but the man felt no pain. He was smiling through the blood, his teeth red, his voice steady even as they dragged him outside. He looked at Leslie, not me, and said, "You can't hide your beauty, my dear, not from eyes that see through skin." And then he laughed again as they pulled him away. That sound still plays in my head, not like human laughter, but something echoing, like it came from a hollow place far deeper than his chest. They took him away. Security assured us the man would be banned from the park and handed over to the police. But even then, I noticed the confusion on their faces. Because when they checked his ID, or tried to, there was nothing. No wallet, no phone, not even a ticket. He shouldn't have been there at all. We stayed until closing, sitting on a bench near Main Street, too shaken to move. The fireworks went off, and for a second, the entire sky was glowing. Everyone around us was cheering, filming, and enjoying. But all I could hear was Leslie sobbing. She leaned her head on my shoulder, trembling.
He wasn't normal.
She whispered.
I felt felt it when he looked at me. Like he knew things. Like he'd done this before.
I didn't know what to say. A week later, Leslie and I were back home. We avoided talking about Disneyland. It felt cursed now, like that place had shown us something rotten hiding beneath all the smiles and fireworks. I was flipping through the channels when Leslie suddenly gasped.
Jamie, turn back!
We saw that man again. That same face. The man dressed as Judge Frollo, only this time without the costume. His mugshot filled the TV screen. Pale, tired, but unmistakably him. The news anchor's voice was calm but cold.
Authorities have identified the man arrested at Disneyland last week as Richard Hale, 43, a repeat offender known for stalking women in public spaces, such as amusement parks, restaurants, and shopping malls. Police say Hale often posed as characters or staff to blend into crowds before following victims into secluded areas.
Leslie covered her mouth, whispering,
"Oh my God."
The report went on. Detectives had searched his apartment and found hundreds of printed photographs. Women at Disneyland, shopping centers, and cafes, all taken without their knowledge. Each photo had disturbing captions written beneath in red ink.
Hale reportedly told investigators he admired Judge Claude Frollo, claiming he was misunderstood. In his own words, why should there only be fans of Disney princesses? Why not Disney villains?
The room went silent. Leslie started crying softly, and all I could do was hold her hand, staring at the TV. The reporter moved on to another story, but I couldn't stop replaying that sick laughter in my head, that guttural, inhuman sound. He wasn't a ghost. He wasn't a demon. He was something worse. He was real.